The more you see that most people don't want you, most governments don't want you to buy Bitcoin, the more you should buy. Okay.
Exactly.
That is the strategy right there. That is the secret. That's all you need to know.
What's up, y'all? It's Crypto Kenzie, man. Man, y'all already know what time it is. It's time for Crypto and Culture. Let's go. All right, so what's going on, Crypto Cousins? It's your Bitcoin baby daddy here with another episode of Crypto and Culture. So today I have my good man right here, Hardcore Crypto from the Hardcore Crypto YouTube channel. Today we're gonna go ahead and talk about the differences and correlations between the crypto community in the US versus the crypto community in South Africa where he's based, and just to get a little bit of insight from like where he's from and how he got into crypto, and you know, the usual interview nonsense. So you got it. We're gonna go ahead and get into it. But what's going on, Hardcore Crypto? How you been, man?
What's good, man? All good over here. You know, it's a different day. Crypto doing well. I see Binance coin even went up 5%. So my trades are really doing well that I set up a
Ooh, we're
couple
gonna
of
have to
hours ago.
talk a little about these trades. I know you do some hardcore trading. Get it?
Yeah, for sure, man. We gotta follow the money. You already know it's over here.
Ooh, all right. I ain't mad at that. But that's what's up. You say crypto doing good. I'm over here looking like, what is it? What is he talking about? Bitcoin just crashed. But if you know,
Look,
if you
man,
know where you're looking, crypto's doing good.
I've never lost money in Bitcoin. So in
Ooh,
crypto in general. So for me, it's like I can look at all these things happening. There's nothing for me to worry about. Considering that if you just go back five or 6 months ago, Bitcoin was at $3,000 at the beginning of the year,
right.
right? So
So
we're sitting at 7,000. That's still
you're
more
still up.
than double, yeah. So I don't know how everyone else is looking at it. And if you look at the dynamics of what's happening in the world, it's man, it just makes sense right now. Crypto just makes more sense.
Ooh, okay,
So
hold
if
on. Let's
anything,
not
I'm
get too
buying as
cool. Let's
hell.
not get wait. We're gonna have to give that to them later. We gonna get straight into that. But I want to get into
Right.
like how you got into the space in the first place. So what got you attracted into crypto?
Okay. So guys, yeah, my name is Hardcore Crypto. That's my YouTube channel name, but I'm great BTC on the YouTube channels. I'm based in Africa. How I got into crypto was curiosity, really. You know, I heard about Bitcoin a couple of times, especially on a specific Reddit. Bill Gates used to have a lot of AMAs on Reddit. So on one of the AMAs, people were asking him about Bitcoin. And the Bitcoin thing came up, and I was like, I need to look into this, right? I looked into it a little bit, then I didn't do anything. And later on, I think it was in 2015, yeah, the movie Dope came out. You know the movie Dope?
Oh yeah,
Those little
yeah.
kids were playing with Bitcoins.
I just read that money as we know it is dead. Soon the world is only gonna buy and sell products using bitcoins. It's like a complicated math equation.
So one day we're gonna buy things with numbers from a math equation.
Dope, right?
Malcolm Adekambi is a geek.
You
I
know,
never noticed that till it was. So actually, so just to segue off of that, me and my friends were talking about it the other day, and he was like, "Bro, do you know that they were playing with Bitcoin and dope?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And I go back and look at it, and it was the scene where the friend was trying the drug dealer's sister or whatever was trying to like attack him or whatever,
right?
and I was just like, "Oh my god!" It was in my face the whole time.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, so I took my way through it after that, and then I started paying attention to it. And eventually, I moved from Malawi to, Malawi is one of the poorest countries. That's where I'm originally from.
Okay.
Eventually, I moved to South Africa. So when I moved to South Africa, because I was foreign, my visa was being delayed, and then the bank ended up freezing my account until my visa get renewed. Right. So at that point, I had saved a little bit of money. Like that was the most amount of money that I've ever made in my life. And then the bank is telling me that your account is frozen. So I was like, oh. So you can have money, but it's not really yours. If you have money in the bank, dude, that's if you think that's yours, that's just crazy. It's not. If someone can control the money, tell you that it's frozen, or you can withdraw it, or put a limit of how much you can spend, then you know that it's not your money. So I was looking for ways to how can I really get real financial freedom, and then the Bitcoin concept, when I was looking into stuff, came back to me. Then I was like, okay, maybe I need to explore this. Then eventually met a friend of mine from the US who gave me a job, and they was paying me in Bitcoin. And then from there, I started getting into it a lot more. I ended up selling my car, leaving the apartment that I was living to move into like a little cheaper, shitty room so that I can keep buying Bitcoin with all the money that I had on my job. Most of my money was going into Bitcoin at that point. I was like crazy with it.
Sounds not gonna lie to you. It sounds like me right now. It sounds like what I'm about to go through. No, just to be real with you, like I'm gonna sell it all. I'm gonna sell it all, bro. I'm gonna sell it all and hold it for the next 5 years. No, but it's true because it's a very
look, man. My strategy is still it's either a get rich, what do you call it? Get rich or die buying. Die buying.
Die buying.
Get rich or die buying. That is my strategy. So I'm gonna keep on buying. My strategy at least was like to reach a certain number of coins, right? Mm-hmm. And hodl them for like 5 to 10 years, whatever it is. Or at least I will start spending when one Bitcoin is equal to $100,000. For now, I'm just working on really survival. I just have to be alive. I need to eat, a place to sleep. So I'm a hustler. I know how to get money to do all that stuff. But the most important thing, I keep buying more crypto. That's how I see it, Okay. So it's a big gamble, but I'm willing to take the risk.
You're willing to take the risk. I'm not mad at that, man. A lot, just like to me, I've already seen cryptocurrency change people's lives. I'm seeing it in front of my face, and a lot of people here in America, they don't really see it. They think it's just like something that's completely on some other scale. I don't want to try to understand it. I don't really want to get to understand it. And so right earlier before you're starting to talking about how the economy looks like right now and how everything is starting to change and things don't stay the same forever. And people don't realize that the financial system doesn't stay the same forever, even though they think it does. But with any other industry, technology is going to change and it's going to radically disrupt it. And so I'm seeing this as a radical disruptor in the financial system. And not only that, I don't like when the government tells me I can't do something with my money, and then why Why can't I do this with my money? Why are you making it so hard for me to buy this Bitcoin? Why are you making it like it makes me question, why don't you want me to have this?
Exactly. So you know what? That is exactly the point. The more you see that most people don't want you, most governments don't want you to buy Bitcoin, the more you should buy. Okay.
Exactly.
That is the strategy right there. That is the secret. That's all you need to know. They're not trying to tell you not to buy it because they want to protect you or they want to save your money. I mean, they let you to spend money like an idiot on
anything.
On Black Friday. Anything. You can go gambling. They don't have problems with it.
You can go gambling. You can go buy a prostitute. You can go
drinking as hell. You can
stick yourself with drugs. Whatever you want. Don't buy this Bitcoin though. Hold on. Be careful. We hold up. Let's smell the money before you try to buy this Bitcoin. Let's do this. So hold on.
Look,
be careful with that.
That should tell you everything. That should tell you. These days, that should tell you everything you need to know. Okay, the threat, and Bitcoin is a threat that is really a serious one, because if it was an easy, just like any other threat, they would have just shut it down. But they can't. It's still there because they can't shut it down. It's not like they want Bitcoin to be there. It's something that exists. Even when you don't want it to be there, it still exists. Right? Mm-hmm. We have never seen such a thing in history before. Right? Another thing, the only thing you can compare it to is maybe addiction, that people smoke addiction or wants. People smoke a lot of weed. The government might not like it for whatever reasons. They have some bullshit from the pharmaceutical companies. They don't want people to get on, or whatever the reason is.
Right.
But people still do it because they want to. You can't really stop it. You can
suppress it as long as you can until you finally reach the point where it's like, all right, guys, it's okay. It's cool. It's fine. Right. And honestly, just going on to that process, I think really when personally, in my thought process, I think cryptocurrency and Bitcoin's really going to what they call hyper Bitcoinization. I think that's really going to happen in the next 20 years. I really see it in the next 20 years because that's when I see the baby boomers gone. That's when I see these, because you have to remember, when the internet age, I don't know how old you are, I don't know whatever, but in the internet age, I was able to use the internet way better than my parents were able to use it. And I was a kid and I understood it way better than they understood it. And of course, the older people were like, I don't know about this internet thing. This is weird. No. But as their generation faded out, the internet just kept growing and growing and growing. So when I see Bitcoin, the money of the internet, literally, it's the money of the internet, and it's growing and it's growing and it's growing. And the older people are saying, I don't know about this internet money thing. It kind of reminds me of how the internet started. And so that's why there are so many correlations to it. So I truly believe like this idea of hyper Bitcoinization is going to happen. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, look, it also could just take a serious financial crisis to take off, you know. For me, what I'm waiting for right now is that big opportunity. Or Bitcoin have ever experienced a financial crisis. It came out in 2009, right after the 2008 financial crisis, right? So whenever this is going to happen, it will be the first test of it. And things might go boom or might go a little burst, you know? So if it go burst or whatever, or it might just take off from there and become a real global phenomenon, which it more likely will, because if you look at microeconomies, right, like say Venezuela, in Zimbabwe, and Estonia, in areas where they had a lot of Argentina, a lot of financial instability, you see that Bitcoin accumulation becomes, quite well adopted, to the point that even the Venezuelan government is being reported that they hold some Bitcoin.
They have to. I mean, they hold a lot of gold.
And with all this tension between countries as well, you see that people are in many countries. I mean, it's unfair that for example, right, the United States has the monopoly on money because the US dollar is kind of the global currency considered as. They can print it. The other countries have to work for it. And if you do wrong to the US, they sanction you. You are not allowed to use their money. Right. And with the tension that the US has these days with Russia and China, they pretty much don't like anyone. Most countries don't like them. Right.
I don't think we realize that we're the bad guys now. And it flipped a long time ago. We've been the bad guys for a minute.
There is a tension that, the only thing that you still have is a monopoly on money. And most countries don't really like that. Right. Something has to give in. So it's either you can switch to the Chinese yuan or whatever, or it could just be a cryptocurrency. And I think Bitcoin is well positioned to be one of those currencies because it's not attached to any government control, which is pretty much where the world is going right now. I think people are a little pissed. So more than just making money from Bitcoin, I think it's a big political statement, but it's just in a different way that we're not using guns.
Right. So it's you're talking about this idea how I can leave the U.S. economy without physically leaving the U.S. economy by taking my money out of the U.S. economy and putting it into the crypto economy and becoming my own bank and learning these banking tactics that we really are forced to learn when you're holding on to Bitcoin. You really are forced to have internet security. You're really forced to protect your money in every possible way because people are willing to take it from you. And not only that, but you're forced to learn how to make your money work for you. And I think that's something that Bitcoin really taught me. And just to speak on like Bitcoin and how like it's a political movement, it's a digital currency, and it's a currency in itself in the sense like it's the number 8 currency in the world now. And it's like, wait, what? Since when? And it's just happening and people aren't really talking about that. And so Bitcoin can do all these different things. And it turns people like me from a spender to a saver, to an investor.
Right.
And so I think that's something that people really don't see and understand and try to, because you're so used to spending. You're so, just like how you said, Black Friday sales, you're so used to spending that you don't really understand the concept of saving. But
I think before the concept of saving, you have to talk about the concept of money.
financial
Because
education.
the problem, look, people do not really understand money at all.
At all.
That is why something like Bitcoin would even take long to take off, simply because people do not understand what money is. That's why for them, money, for most people at least, money is being taught to us as a tool for spending. So if you walk around in the streets and ask them, if you had to get $100,000 today, what are you gonna do? They'll tell you what they're gonna buy.
Yeah,
Right?
that's
And
the first thing.
99% of those people will tell you about they're thinking of buying things that will just not gonna make them more money, but spend them even cost them even
To-
more money.
To make them
Probably
feel
tell you
good.
make them feel good in a very short term, right? Just for that moment, once they buy it, and after that it's gone. So it shows you that there are two areas being played. There are people who understand what money is, kind of the elite side of people. They look at money as power and energy to change things and to move things around and to gain more power, or change things around in the world. And then you have the average guy who just think that money is something that you get when you work, and then you spend it on things that you want, and you have to go out and do whatever you did again to just get more and spend more, right? So if you get into crypto, the good thing, that's also what I like about crypto, is the educational side of things. Like I became very fascinated with economics
Mm-hmm.
since I got into Bitcoin, because it forces you to think about the small things. Because once you get into it, people ask you questions like, why do you think Bitcoin will be better than the normal currencies or whatever? You also question yourself whether you made the right decision. So you're forced to learn to stay ahead of the game. So
Mhm.
more than anything, there is a very, very good educational component in crypto. So to more like, even if Bitcoin had to fail, crypto had to just disappear tomorrow, right? People that were involved, people like yourself, would still do good in the normal economy, because you understand at least what money is, or value is generated from. That's how I see it.
It's crazy with Bitcoin. Just this digital ledger. Because how I got into Bitcoin, is just, well, I stumbled on into it during the hyper, like, the 2017 boom. I literally, looking at my Coinbase account, the very first time I bought Bitcoin was literally the top. I'm like, whoa, literally the top, like the very,
When
very
did
top.
you buy in?
Literally, like 2017, December 13th,
Oh, wow.
2017, literally the top, like the
Wow.
day of. And I'm like, oh, wow, that is terrible. And so just being like, going through that whole process of like, well, what is it? What did I actually put my money into? Because here's one thing. Losing a lot of money does two things to a person. And you can choose, I'm saying you can choose to do two things when you lose a lot of money. You can take the loss and go on with your life and never return to what you did, or you can learn from your mistake and find out how you lost your money. And that's where I figured out, I'm like, okay, so I jumped into something I didn't understand. I went too far in. What is this thing for real? And it took me a while, and I just sat around and I started, going through the crypto Twitter. I'm like, oh, there's a whole Twitter, going to the crypto Reddits and just falling down into the deep hole of like all the older guys, all the older scammers, this and that, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, and it was a lot. I went down the rabbit hole for a very long time. But coming out of that rabbit hole, I realized, huh?
Did you invest in Bitcoin?
No, because I knew what a scam looked like. At that time, I'm like, there's way too many commercials. There's way too many promotions.
Right.
Yes, you guys are making money, but this doesn't make sense because you're not telling me anything. You're just saying, hey,
Right.
Here's my account. Look how much it is. You can do it too. I'm like, and of course they were black, and I'm like, oh shit. Now you look like a scammer. like, come on, bro. You're telling people to invest in something, and you're in pajamas, bro. Your pajamas,
Right.
trying to, and so I couldn't do it. But I'm glad I never got jumped. But I still got into like scammy ICOs. Maybe allegedly I got into some scammy ICOs, and not really realizing what I was doing. And then finally I calmed down, picked myself up, started understanding how to trade. And I wanted to talk to you about how your trading process is, because I know you trade cryptocurrencies too. You're talking about Binance 5%, and just really understanding this space and understanding what it takes to succeed. What it takes to succeed isn't just sitting around. It actually takes effort. You actually have to put in work. You have to go out of your comfort zone to get what you need to get done. So that's why I wanted to talk to you about how you're trading. You have like, I've seen a couple of your videos where you talk about trading, and you looking at, do you do like derivatives, margin trading, leverage, options? Because the cryptocurrency has like all these derivatives that are finally starting to be put into it. And so I just wanted to get your thoughts on how you do it, and what do you do to like make extra money in this cryptocurrency space?
Okay, so that is a very interesting question, because for most people, when they come into crypto, they are mostly interested in the money part, right?
Right.
The problem there is that, look, I did a podcast with Lorian Gamarov.
Okay.
He's one of the OGs in Bitcoin as well. People can look it up on my, if you guys want to check it out, go to my podcast. It's the Gray Ave podcast, the Gray Avenue podcast, basically.
Yeah.
iTunes, Spotify, all those avenues. But there's a lot of helpful content there. The issue is that if you want to make, the rules of economics never change, the principles. You want to make money, create value. So if you want to make money in crypto, just buying the Bitcoins or the coins and keeping them isn't enough for you. You have to do a lot more than that. Bring something to the table, create a product, create an educational company, start a company with ideas that you have, create content that like what you're doing there, make some events in your area, tell others about it, like create something first. That is how money is generated. Now, going back to trading, there's so many ways to do it. So I like to say trading is a lifestyle, right? A lot of people spend money on some stupid courses, maybe online, because someone telling them, oh, you can make money sitting on your computer all day doing trades. I think that's what trading is, right? That is what a person who doesn't really trade mostly would think, or would lie to you, right? I trade, but that's not trading looks like, right? The way I trade, I have knowledge about markets. I'm entrepreneurial as well. I know how to make money. I also know how to create value. So I have the knowledge. When I see an opportunity, I just jump on it, right? For example, the easiest way to trade in crypto has always been arbitrage trading, right? You buy an asset, say Bitcoin, from one exchange that's trading at lower than another exchange, and you sell it on another exchange where it's trading at a higher price. Same principle, buy low, sell high, right? So if Bitcoin is trading at 7,200 on Binance, but it's trading at 7,500 on Kraken, I can buy it on Binance and sell it on Kraken. Do that many times, as much as I can, until I exhaust that market, right? That's one way. Does that happen every day? No. But those are things that you come across with, because you're always in the market looking for things. When you see it, you react immediately. You take the chance, you make the money, and you realize that after 2 trades, maybe that opportunity is closed. You have to look for a new one, right? Another way to do it, I do OTC. OTC means over-the-counter trading, right? Selling Bitcoin to people when they don't have access to exchanges in a separate country, or they don't have the patience to sign up and get verified. They just want to buy Bitcoin right now. You can buy it literally on Coinbase, sell it to them, but then you put your margin. You can say maybe sell it for 2 or 5% more or whatever, right?
Right.
Or you can buy it from Coinbase at a fair price. You sell it on Paxful. You just put some sell orders on Paxful at a higher price than the spot price, say 5% above the spot, for example, right?
Right.
So will people buy from you on Paxful every day? No, but
somebody will eventually. There's always a
right?
situation that, just like how you're selling a product on Amazon, someone may want it. I remember back in college, I had like this hard drive, and I had a hard drive. Oh no! It was an iPad Touch. And
Mm.
back when people would actually buy iPad touches, and I just had it, and I had an extra one, and I didn't need it, and so I just put it on Amazon saying, "Hey, iPod Touch." A month went by, nobody wanted to buy it, but then randomly one month, someone said, "Hey, I'll buy it," and I sold it, and I created value that way. So when you're saying, "Oh, set a price," and somebody will eventually buy it at that price.
Right. You see, so it's all about that, kind of extending your opportunities as much as you can. You just have a lot more in the market, right? So you go in local Bitcoins, you do the same thing. You might not sell today, but tomorrow a trade might pop up from Paxful, right? And the next day you might, an opportunity in the arbitrage market might just pop up. And the next day, OTC might just pop up, right? So you never know. And then you also have the market itself, right? So trading the market to use the charts, technical analysis, and all that stuff requires experience.
Yeah.
You can learn how to use the tools, but I think when it comes to that kind of trading, actually you're fighting against your own emotions, really. So
It's
to
you
learn
really have to think like a robot.
so to learn how to balance yourself, it takes experience. It's like I can tell you all the stories, or all the traders can tell you what to do and what not to do, but if you haven't experienced that fire, you'll never know, right? So 2 days ago, when Bitcoin started climbing, climbing down, I have a strategy that I use. Whenever Bitcoin drops, or say it goes either way. Anyway, when Bitcoin goes up too much, like in a very short period of time, it goes up, say, from 5,000 to 7,000, I short from that point of view. Like, say, I'll short $400 off that price, right? So I'll use leverage trading, maybe at 120x or 100x, whatever. If Bitcoin drops significantly in a short period of time, like say 5% or 10%, I long, because I feel like it has to bounce back. That is a pattern, right?
Yeah.
So you can go wrong. Things can continue to go up or go down, and you lose money. What happened to me 2 years ago? I lost a little bit of money, not too much, because I was leverage trading. So Bitcoin dropped about 6% or whatever, and I was like, okay, this is a good way to long at leverage. I leverage, and Bitcoin continue to go down.
Ooh.
Right?
Hope you had a stop loss.
Yeah. And, I didn't even put a stop loss. I had so much confidence on the trade, and then I got liquidated, right? So that is an example of what real trading looks like. But that strategy works. It makes me money almost all the time, but you must just know that it will never be 100%. You're down to lose money every now and then. So that is based on experience, right? And then there's technical analysis that you need to learn how it works, but also it's philosophy and not, or alchemy. It's not science. It's not math, whereas 1 + 1 = 2, because the mindset for a lot of wannabe traders, they think there's a trick or a secret that they will know, and once they know that thing, and they just make money. It doesn't work like that. So you need to experience yourself in the market, trade with a little bit of money to test yourself and learn the tools. I created a platform actually called cryptouniversity.co.za. cryptouniversity.co.za. There are courses there, basics course, crypto investor course, and a crypto trading course. So I'm not the only one even giving the courses. I also bring other experts who can be very specific about what topic they're talking about. But yeah, trading makes money if you know what you're doing. Is the quickest way to lose money. Okay, so trade at your own risk. The most important thing really is the knowledge. Like I said, it's very easy to make money, say, trading on Paxful or doing OTC or doing arbitrage. Those are given ways to make money, but you need to know the knowledge. Which exchange do you do arbitrage, or also you need to trade outside your country, right? How do you know how to do that? That's what people need to figure out. You need to work. You can buy Bitcoin in the US is the cheapest. When you buy it in the US, you need to find how can you sell it in Kenya? How can you sell it in China? How can you sell it in Morocco? You need to figure those things out, because if you do, that becomes a given way to make. You're not even trading the Bitcoin price at that point, no more. Or the market. You're really just selling a commodity, buying from one market, sell it to another, reload again and again. And there are people who make millions of dollars doing this.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So I just want to go ahead and see if we wrap this up a little quick. And
Sure.
this is just an amazing, just first quick interview, and just getting your insight. Because, like I said, man, me personally, just to be honest, there aren't many Black people in the space. There just really isn't. And I try to, anytime I see a person from Africa or from New York, just a Black individual is just saying, nah, we're here, we're making a stand. I have to reach out to them and say, hey, can I just talk to you? Can I get some insight from you? I remember you were talking to Bitcoin and Black America, Bitcoin Zay. I mean, I've talked to Bitcoin Zay from time to time, and just being able to talk to everybody and communicate. So I want to say thank you, and I appreciate you for all your time and your knowledge that you've been giving to my audience. I really do appreciate that, man. But first and foremost, but finally, just let you know, where can everybody find you? Where can they get all your good content? Where can they find all your lessons, all that good stuff?
Yeah, look, man, thank you for having me as well, and all the great work you're doing to push crypto, especially to other people who look like you and I.
Of course.
We need to push crypto to the point that it becomes a new rap, because all the Black kids want to be rappers now, right?
Oh, look,
we just need to switch it up. We just need to, all of them just gotta be big. Want to become Bitcoin
millionaires.
Bitcoiners.
Just tell them they all gotta be Bitcoin millionaires. Make it popular. Make it fun.
You already know, man, because that is the only way that we're gonna be able to create. To have some economic power, through things that are at the beginning as this, before they get monopolized again, So yeah, but where you can find me on Twitter, I'm at GreyBTC, on Instagram as well. That's GreyBTC for Bitcoin, obviously. And the Grey podcast, it's my podcast, and you can also find on greyjabesi.com is my personal site, greyjabesi.com. If you want to learn crypto, again, cryptouniversity.co.za, pretty much.
All right. And don't forget, your YouTube channel, Hardcore Crypto, man.
Oh, and Hardcore Crypto has always been pumping since I forgot when. If you're serious about this Bitcoin life, man, come check Hardcore Crypto out. I've interviewed some of the biggest names here, and with
I've seen them.
Really valuable knowledge, a lot of valuable people in the space, from Roger Ver, who is this Vitalik Buterin, Ivan on Tech, pretty much all the bigger guys. John McAfee recently, I just did John McAfee.
I saw that one.
Right, so to all the guys who are really all about the crypto life, man, come to Hardcore Crypto. We do live streams as well. It's a fun channel. Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, thank you guys so much for coming back. Other than that, check me out next time. Take it easy. Peace. Yeah.
Cheers, man. Thanks.
Wow.